Yeah, happy anniversary.
Yeah, thank you. You said that originally, and I was thinking it was my wedding anniversary, which is in September. I'm like, that was so thoughtful. And I realized I was on the show today to talk about Crossroads anniversary.
Both anniversaries covered.
Yes. So box checked.
How many years have you been married?
17 years.
Wow,
yeah,
same as me.
2007.
2007. Now let me ask you a question. Recession marriages. Have you gone back to all the folks that gave you gifts and asked for more money yet?
Just like shook them down a little bit. Yeah, we were, I always say this, that my father-in-law never like checked a bank statement when we got married. And like, just like a little background check. Yeah. We were very young. I was 20. Megan was 21, so it was a long time ago, but it was definitely an odd time to get married from that, and we did it on a shoestring budget.
Yeah, it was cool.
Great memories.
It all worked out.
It all worked out. Yep, 3 kids.
So this is the first anniversary for Crossroads?
It is. It was a long year to get to the point of working with the county, which they've been fantastic. Obviously, American One's investment inside the space as well. But just like getting the space ready was quite I don't know if you could go back and see the bags in our eyes of last year of like, because we like went and resurfaced the floor. We didn't actually put the coating down, but we like grind the floor all down. I think we have some pictures of it. That was after it was completed. But to get to that point right there was like a big exhale. There it is. That was like the floors. We actually had to rent a machine to do that, to etch it so that it could stick. But there's a lot of fun stories with all that. We won't get into it just for all the emotional trauma we went through to get that up and live. But it's been an incredible year and a lot of learning. We keep saying this, that there's not a playbook on how to run a pickleball facility. There's a handful of franchises that have now kind of sprung up across the country, like Chicken and Pickle and Pickleball Kingdom, and there's all these other ones. Sure. And they kind of like choose the model of going into like old office depots and like these big spaces, and we kind of have seen some of that playbook, but it's more of an expensive route for members. So like typically the price across the state is between $100 to $130 for a member, plus you pay every time, and we didn't want to do that.
And the sense of community isn't as whole.
Exactly. So it's been really cool. We have about 170 members today. And we've got a couple different options where they can choose from, and we've had about 1,200 people have registered and have played inside of Crossroads in a year, which it is the fastest growing sport in America. Which someone challenged that the other day and said golf was actually now the fastest growing sport, but I haven't seen the reports yet.
I think the golf was during the pandemic, but I think that was strictly pandemic based. And I was going to ask you, is it still growing? It
is. Yeah, we've done an intro to pickleball class that we've had over 200 people in this past year. So I would say like the hopper is pretty full on new players or players that are wanting to learn the game. The challenges as you continue to play the game, you start getting better and you want to play against. So you kind of have to figure out those different options, which we have a series of leagues based on skill level that happen throughout the week. I think right now we've got about 75 people that are in those leagues that happen pretty much Monday through Thursday. Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays are kind of days where we have a lot more open play and other options for people. But yeah, it's been super fun. Met a lot of new people. I had a conversation yesterday with a member, and she's probably about 2 months, I think she's been playing, and she's like, I found my people. Like this is, I play now on Tuesdays and Mondays and Sundays, and I want to come and do a lesson on Friday, and so it's been pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, I've noticed that the pickleball people, they get obsessed with it.
It's an obsessive sport for sure. It's not the only sport like that, but it is. You get the special paddle. We're increasing value each time we buy a new paddle, right?
Yeah, I have more in my pickleball bag in paddles than I do in my golf bag in clubs.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
My wife doesn't know that information, so hopefully she stopped watching after the beginning part of the show about the anniversary. But
that's funny.
But yeah, it's really fun, and you don't need it's kind of a natural evolution, just like in any sport. Golf, you get a set of clubs that's good for you, and then you just keep evolving as it goes.
So what changes the racket?
It's just equipment. The equipment gets better. Yeah.
It's like
the ball.
Every sport, right?
Yeah, and even the ball too there's all these new versions of like, oh, we only play with this one and we play with that one, and they're like, they're not cheap. So
Yeah.
I think we were at a sporting goods store on vacation, and I was like, I'll just go pick up some more pickleball, and they sell them like a 12-pack, and the 12-pack was more expensive than tennis balls, and I'm like, just from a pure material perspective,
Right.
one's like plastic, the other one, I'm not sure the compound
Yeah.
makeup of a tennis ball, but it seems like it'd be more expensive. So it's definitely.
That's
So a party is being held
Yes, Halloween,
in
right?
celebration of 1 year anniversary of Crossroads Pickleball.
Yes. So we've done a handful of these mixers over the course of the last year, and I had never been to a pickleball mixer. Chrissy Siders and I were actually chatting about this at our chamber board meeting this morning, and we were like, I was like, I wasn't hesitant, but I was like, I don't know, mixer, what's this going to be all about? And we had our first one, and it was so much fun. And so Sylvia Catering does all the food. The food is always unbelievably fantastic. They do such a great job. But one of the cool things, we have giveaways too. We've got some supporters that we give away hats and paddles and all this other fun stuff, kind of from event to event. But one of the cool things that we've had happen is we've got like a beginner court. 2 of the courts are beginners, 2 of them are intermediate, and 2 of them are advanced. So we find a lot of people when they're playing, they're in a league, and they're like, I don't know if I'm really like, am I intermediate? And so these are great events where people that maybe might be beginners get a chance to play up in intermediate, and they're like, yeah, I can hold my own. I might try a league next time with that. So, and then you just get a bunch of people, we all, like I was talking with someone yesterday about this, we had our original group, John Butterfield, Brent Hall, and myself, the 3 partners here at Crossroads, we all used to play 6:30 in the morning out at Jackson Free Methodist. And we were like, this is kind of the origin story of why we wanted to find an indoor facility. We were moving chairs every week, and it was a ton of work. But like that was like our group, like we 6:30. Well, now we have like an advanced league on Mondays. We've got different drop-ins throughout. So now it's kind of like everyone's like, do you guys all still play? And so what we do, we just kind of all play separate now, as opposed to that one time.
A couple weeks ago, I was playing pickleball with my grandson, James, and he commented that I'm actually better than his father, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
he was probably trying to get a monetary
No,
item from
unsolicited. He was just, I was playing really well, and I amazed everyone standing around.
Well, you should sign up for the intermediate court then.
Yeah.
I might teach.
Get you in that, yeah.
We'll get you a nice paddle and everything, Bart.
All right, you'll be there.
Yes,
I'll be out of town.
I'll be there though.
Understood.
But
Understood.
sounds like fun.
Yeah. So if you're a member, it's $20. If you're a non-member, it's $25. It's for the fun and the food, it's well worth it.
Well, thanks to you, everyone at Crossroads, John and Brent, and American One, and everyone that's helped advance the sport and make Jackson a pickleball capital.
Yeah. Well, thank you, and appreciate the coverage when we opened and through that process. It means a ton. We were just talking about high school sports out there, and I was thinking this morning just about JTV's commitment to telling like that story in our community. I don't think people like appreciate it. I know when I was younger, when I was a kid playing high school soccer, you see JTV, and it's just kind of a thing. But just thinking that how many high schools get coverage because of what this is from an investment standpoint for businesses to support you, to the quality of the production that the team does. I mean, it's unbelievable. And as our kids get older and hopefully play varsity sports in the near future, it'd be fun to rewatch the games together and see that. So just thank you for all you've done.
Thanks so much, Stu. Thanks for the nice words. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Crossroads Pickleball and Stu Kail. More of the morning show after this.